Well, good evening. This is Sandi, Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona, and this is my entry video into Survival Seeds 2025. This is a collaboration with a lot of great channels across North America. And so there'll be videos that come in from Canada all the way down to Florida, about every state you can imagine. And so this is going to be a great way for you to see how the same seeds grow in different zones, different soils, the amount of sun they have, the different waters, the way people grow in ground, in raised beds, in pots. It's just going to be a great series of videos for you to learn a lot of different things. Now, if you're not familiar, Survival Seeds 2025, they did this last year too. And there's 3 different hosts. The fabulous girls from BC Family Homestead, which is Vineyard Chicks Homestead. We have Bushcraft Family, that crazy Jessie from Lazy Days Ahead with Jessie and Lisa. Now they have coordinators, cheerleaders to help people across the country. And the idea is they're going to send 6 different packets of seeds. So if you'd like to enter this, if you have a YouTube channel and you'd like to enter, you can, I'll have a link in the description so that you can find out all the information and you can join too. Now, what kind of seeds are they going to have us? They send us a sheet so we know exactly what we're getting because they're organized, I tell you. Where I live in zone 4, actually 4B. I'm in the northeast corner of Wyoming. Now, sometimes I am in Arizona, but I'm actually going to be growing these in Wyoming, which can be good and bad, depending on what I'm growing and the season. But in my area, I'm going to get early yellow onions, which I'm totally excited about that. I will actually start growing most of my seeds in March, just because I'll be down in Arizona for a little while, and I don't want to have to transplant them back and forth. A little side note, I may take the onions down there because they just take so long to start growing to where I can put them in the soil. And I may start those down there, but the rest of them I'll start in March for sure. Detroit beets, which is always one of my favorite things to grow. What do I do with them? Well, I love beets anyway. I like pickled beets. I like to powder. I like to dry it and powder it. And I've even made chips from beets. There's a lot of things you can do with beets, and it is a superfood. So that's a good vegetable to grow in your garden. Next, sweet peppers. They're called Early Cal Wonder Sweet Peppers. Now, peppers can be difficult for me to grow in Wyoming. Some summers, I mean, they are 3 and 4 feet tall. They got peppers all over the place. And then other summers, the nights are too cool for them and they just don't want to grow like they would otherwise. But this year I'm actually going to grow it in my greenhouse. All the peppers in my greenhouse. So that more success. So that is something I'm going to change. I love just having peppers in salads. I like them on pizzas. I freeze a lot and put them in soups and casseroles and things like that, different times of the year. So peppers is a great thing to grow. Kidney beans is our next one. I love growing soup beans. I grow lots and lots of different kinds of soup beans. They store a long time. You can add them to soups, and it's just such a great thing to add to chilies, to regular soups in the wintertime. I just love, actually I like to cook them sometimes and put them in salads. I love beans, especially kidney beans, things like that. One of the new things they're having this year is a sugar pie pumpkin. Now, if I want to save the seeds from the sugar pie pumpkins, I have to be careful where I grow them because they can cross-pollinate with other squashes and pumpkins. So I have a place in my yard up on the terraces, and I'm going to grow them in between the peach trees. It'll be far enough away, I believe, from the squashes that I grow. So there won't be any cross-pollination. Now, are there things I can do? I can hand-pollinate them and then close the flower. I can band it so that I don't have any cross-pollination because I'd like to save those seeds. But I really love pumpkins, pumpkin pie, pumpkin bread, pumpkin cookies. My dog likes pumpkins, and it's good for them. The last seeds that they're sending us are Roma tomatoes. I have to honestly tell you, there's only a couple times I like Roma tomatoes. I don't think they're as flavorful as some tomatoes, except for when you're making certain things. Like if you're making tomato sauce. It is a great tomato because it's very thick, very meaty, not as much liquid. Most of the time when I have Romas, I just mix them with my other tomatoes when I make my homemade V8 juice. And I do love a good V8 juice from my garden. Now they've asked us to do one more seed that we can just pick whatever we want. So what have I picked? I picked pink accordion tomatoes. I have grown these many, many times. They are a beautiful plant, a spectacular tomato, which is very large, and it's very accordion all the way around. Now you can get an accordion tomato in pink, in orange, in red. Maybe some other colors, but those are the only three I've grown. But it is a meaty, beautiful tomato. You can just slice right in there, put it on a sandwich, and I do love it. And I'd like to introduce you guys if you've never eaten an accordion tomato. Now through the growing season, there'll be lots of videos and lots of prizes to win. They gave so many things away last year. And you can keep up to date by every video that we put out. We're supposed to put a link to the list so you can watch everybody else's videos. So that will be exciting. Now there is a little extra that Bushcraft is doing that if you want to be in the herb collaboration, you can add that too. I'm considering that because I do love growing my herbs. But it'll be an interesting 2025. It's always fun to have a little push, a little incentive to try some other things in your garden. So I hope you really enjoy this season of Survival Seeds 2025 and the hundreds of different videos that you'll be able to watch. And all of our seeds are coming from Rainbow Farms out of Canada. And I got to watch a video, and Patrick was on there. He is the CEO of the company. He was so interesting. But everybody, this is Sandi, Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona, Zone 4. But you will find it interesting how things grow in different zones, different parts of the North America, because it's both Canada and in the United States. And I hope you have a fabulous day. See you, everyone. Bye.